Have you ever wondered how the rich culture and history of Mexico came to be? This land, a vibrant tapestry woven with tales of ancient civilizations, colonial conquests, and revolutionary heroes, is brimming with mystery. Each thread tells a story, painting a vivid picture of a nation shaped by its past. Its history is as colorful as its landscapes, as complex as its flavors, and as deep as the heart of its people. Dive with us as we unravel the tapestry of time, exploring Mexico's vibrant past. The story begins thousands of years ago with the rise of the ancient civilizations. In the heartland of Mexico, the Olmec civilization blossomed around 3,000 years ago. Known as the mother culture of Mesoamerica, the Olmecs were innovators and pioneers in many areas, including the creation of the earliest known form of writing in the Americas. They were also masterful sculptors, carving colossal stone heads that continue to intrigue us to this day. Following the Olmecs, the Maya civilization emerged, reaching its peak around the 6th century AD. The Maya were renowned for their profound knowledge in mathematics, astronomy, and architecture. Their intricate calendar system, elaborate temples, and detailed hieroglyphic writing bear testimony to their intellectual prowess. But, like a candle that burns twice as bright, the Maya civilization burned half as long. By the end of the 10th century, their great cities were abandoned and the jungle reclaimed its own. Then came the mighty Aztecs in the 14th century. They built Tenochtitlan, a city of wonder on an island in the middle of Lake Texcoco. The Aztecs were fierce warriors and skilled engineers. Their floating gardens, known as chinampas, and their towering pyramids are marvels of ancient engineering. Yet their civilization was not to last. The arrival of Spanish conquistadors in the 16th century marked the end of the Aztec Empire. Despite their downfall, these civilizations were far from forgotten. Their rich cultures, their technological and artistic innovations, their spiritual beliefs, and their social structures became the bedrock of Mexican identity. They left a legacy of resilience, ingenuity, and a deep connection with the land and the cosmos. So as we delve deeper into the history of Mexico, let's not forget the ancient civilizations that came before. They were the architects of a cultural heritage that is as vibrant and diverse as the Mexican landscape itself. These ancient civilizations laid the foundation for the culture we now associate with Mexico. But the tranquility of these civilizations was not to last. In the 16th century, a new force arrived, the Spanish conquistadors. Like a storm, they swept across the Atlantic, their sails billowing with dreams of gold and glory. The year was 1519 when Hernán Cortés, a man of iron will and unquenchable ambition, set foot on the shores of Mexico. Imagine the scene, two worlds so different yet so alike meeting for the first time. The Spanish, with their steel and gunpowder, looked upon a people who had built towering pyramids and vast cities, all without the wheel or the horse. The Aztecs, in turn, beheld these foreign beings with a mix of awe and apprehension. They were unlike anything they had ever seen. Clad in shining armor, the conquistadors were mistaken for gods. Little did they know that these gods would bring about their downfall. The clash of these cultures was as inevitable as it was tragic. The Aztecs, led by their emperor Montezuma, were initially welcoming, bestowing gifts of gold and silver upon the Spanish. But Cortés was not satisfied. His thirst for power and wealth knew no bounds. He saw the Aztecs not as equals, but as subjects. A bloody conflict ensued, and by 1521, the mighty Aztec Empire had fallen. The Spanish, with their superior weaponry and the devastating impact of diseases like smallpox, had conquered one of the most powerful civilizations of the New World. But the story doesn't end there. The Spanish, now rulers of this vast land, set about transforming it into New Spain. They built grand cathedrals and palaces, imposed their language and religion, and established a social hierarchy with themselves at the top. Yet they couldn't erase the indigenous cultures completely. The Aztec language, Nahuatl, is still spoken today, and Aztec traditions live on in modern Mexican culture. The conquest brought an end to the ancient civilizations, but began a new chapter in Mexico's history. A chapter that was filled with strife and struggle, but also resilience and rebirth. A chapter that continues to shape the Mexico we know today. Fast forward to the 19th century, a time of upheaval and change. Mexico was no stranger to this global wave of transformation. The country was grappling with its own fight for independence, a struggle that was as bloody as it was inspiring. The first significant event in this period was Mexico's struggle for independence from Spain. After 300 years under Spanish rule, the call for freedom echoed through the land. Led by figures like Miguel Hidalgo and José María Morelos, the revolutionaries fought a grueling 11-year war before finally achieving independence in 1821. But the fight wasn't over just yet. The Mexican-American War soon followed, a conflict triggered by the annexation of Texas by the United States. This war resulted in a significant loss of territory for Mexico, with the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo in 1848 ceding vast lands to the United States. Then came the Reform War, a civil war fought over the direction of the nation. On one side were the liberals, who championed a federal form of government and secular society. On the other were the conservatives, who favored a centralized government and strong ties with the Catholic Church. The liberals emerged victorious, establishing a new constitution that shaped Mexico's political and social landscape. The final act in this century of turmoil was the Mexican Revolution, a 10-year conflict that began in 1910. This was a battle fought not just for political power, but for the soul of Mexico itself. It was a struggle for social justice, land reform, and labor rights, which gave rise to leaders like Emiliano Zapata and Pancho Villa. The revolution brought about significant social and political changes, setting the stage for the Mexico we recognize today. These turbulent times shaped the Mexico we know today. In the wake of revolution, a modern Mexico emerged. The creation of the Mexican Constitution in 1917 was a significant milestone, setting the foundations for the country's present political structure. It not only established a democratic framework, but also enshrined rights for workers and indigenous communities. As Mexico stepped into the 20th century, it underwent significant economic development. The discovery of oil, the growth of industries, and the rise of tourism transformed the country into a leading economy in Latin America. Yet the heart of modern Mexico lies in its cultural evolution, from the vibrant art scene influenced by artists like Frida Kahlo and Diego Rivera, to the global recognition of its cuisine as a UNESCO intangible cultural heritage. Mexico's culture is a rich tapestry that continues to evolve. From ancient civilizations to a vibrant modern nation, Mexico's history is a fascinating journey. So why does Mexico's history matter? Well, it's simple. From the ancient civilizations that flourished on this land, to the conquest that forever shaped its future, and the independence and revolution that heralded a new era, Mexico's history is a testament to the resilience and transformation of its people. It's the key to appreciating the vibrant, multifaceted nation that is modern Mexico. As we've seen, the history of Mexico is a tale of resilience and transformation, a tale that continues to be written today.